Welcome back, Eagles. Let's kick off the longest month of the year together with some more PNN.
Today, we'll shine a spotlight on the upcoming Mean Girls musical put on by our very own Plymouth North players.
Next, we see how the school district is managing a tight education budget.
Finally, 2 tech programs join forces to defend financial literacy.
Get ready, Plymouth North.
It's time for PNN.
Welcome to the 5th episode of PNN. I'm Simon Paquette.
And I'm Sadie Terrell. Have you started your spring cleaning yet?
Yeah, I've started dusting a few things off the shelves.
Speaking of, did you hear the Plymouth North players are doing a Mean Girls revival?
Yeah, Nicole and Bella think it looks so fetch. Let's hear what they have to say.
Prepping for a musical is a lot of work. It takes teamwork, dedication, and creativity to bring a show to life on stage. Who even are you? You can't sit with us.
Since this past summer, members of the PNHS's VPA programs have been working tirelessly to prepare for this year's musical, Mean Girls.
So choosing the show it's a big kind of process, and it takes a fair amount of time. We take a look at pretty much every show that's out there and available for licensing for high school. We do think a little bit about like who we have and where people are at, and we felt that this show it played to a lot of our musical strengths. It's also it's a show that a lot of people know, even if they're not involved in it, and even more people know Mean Girls as a movie.
At auditions in October, Lily Capel was casted as Mean Girls' main character, Katie Heron, a new student at North Shore High School.
Katie in the Mean Girls musical is a lot different than she is in the movie. It's hard because I'm not like looking at Lindsay Lohan and immediately doing what she's doing. She's a lot peppier, she's a little bit brighter, she's more positive. So it's been kind of figuring out who she is and how I wanna play her. It's a lot of reading the script over and over and over again, not just looking at Katie's lines, but looking at what comes before and after it to really get a better sense of it.
Alongside actors, costume designers play an important role in portraying the traits of the well-known characters in Mean Girls.
Sort of a color scheme is what's nice about the plastics too. It's, it's brighter than the rest of the ensemble we're going with. So I think it's, because of that showy sort of fashion-y style. What does Regina say? She's a big, she's like the big deal in school. It's kind of showing that they're the most popular and the ones that the kids are sort of, I guess, looking up to, or a lot of the kids do. Janice, for instance, you're gonna see that she's artsy, she has things that she stands for. All of that is going to come out in her clothing with the art she does on her jacket, the way she dresses.
Once characters have been established, tech specialists program lights, sound cues, and build set pieces. For a fast-moving show like Mean Girls, their efforts are more important than ever.
The set for this show is a little bit different than what we've done in the past. This show really jumps around from room to room, place to place like that, and we're using a lot of projection for the first time ever. The projections are a lot of essentially backdrops, but things that really kind of bring you into a space.
To ensure that the hard work of students and staff is recognized, it is essential that Mean Girls is promoted.
Mean Girls is a super pop culture show, so when we started running ideas for marketing, we really wanted to get into that whole aspect. So we've been doing a lot of reels and TikToks with popular audios.
That one there, that's Karen Smith. She is one of the dumbest girls you will ever meet. Damien sat next to her in English last year.
She asked me how to spell orange.
When I was making the poster, one of the things I thought was going to be really important was putting on all those little catchy phrases that are super iconic to Mean Girls, That's So Fetch. On Wednesdays we wear pink, You Go Glen Coco, and that's like 3 out of like 100. There's so many of them. So as we've been going through so far this year, we've just incorporated them in all different aspects.
Mean Girls will be performed here in the PAC on March 15th and 16th at 7 p.m. The link to buy tickets can be found on the Plymouth North Players Instagram account. Reporting for PNN, I'm Bella Tassinari. That's So Fetch.
Thanks, Nicole and Bella. I want to buy tickets, but I don't know if I have the budget for it. Although, I've got some good news for people who struggle with saving like me. 2 senior marketing students have paired up with a sophomore engineer to help kids further their financial literacy. Gabby and Nyla look into this collaboration.
Each year, marketing seniors have the opportunity to create a senior project and possibly make it to the international level. Each project differs from one another, but this year, a collaboration between tech programs at Plymouth North took 2 seniors project to the next level.
The Budget app is a mobile game coded by 3 Plymouth North students and tailored for a middle school audience. Using your avatar, Bud users navigate their own world in which they get to invest, spend, and acquire their own currency. By playing the game, students will pick up on basic personal finance skills.
While this app may seem small on your phone, it holds big things for the future of finance.
So Plymouth North High School has a really great reputation with their financial literacy projects with DECA. 3 years ago, Luke O'Brien really started with his project Investing in the Future. The following year, which was last year, Liv Morano created her book called The Secret Life of Bill and went through the process for younger students, elementary level, of what transactions actually happen in a day? What happens to your dollar once you give it away at a candy store? She placed top 10 in the entire world with her project. And then this year we have Nicole and Gabby with the Budget app.
Gabby Lopes and Nicole Reitel hope to continue the marketing program's winning reputation.
So in December, Nicole and I were at our District 1 DECA competition when we met John Whitaker, and he works for Northeastern Savings Bank. They offered us $1,000 as a presenting sponsor, and that was just incredible because it went above and beyond our expected budget for this project. So it really gave us the opportunity to create workshops, merchandise, promotional material, and anything we really needed to get to that next level.
The marketing program is not the only program involved in this project. Behind closed doors, an engineering student has put in months of effort to make this project into a reality.
So when Gabby and Nicole came to me with this idea of the Budget app and trying to develop a solution for their marketing project, the first student that came to mind was Sebastian Kazakov.
So I initially started learning programming when coronavirus hit, and I had a lot of time indoors. My dad motivated me to start programming, and after I learned more than he knew, I just started teaching myself off of the internet. I feel like marketing cannot be done without a product, and engineering cannot be done without a team to send out the product, so it only makes sense that engineering and marketing have a very close connection within business, and I would definitely be open to, if I had time, to do another similar project.
The app officially launched to the public on January 8th, marking the beginning of the future of finance.
The launch party on January 8th was a huge success. It was incredible for me as their teacher to see the outpour of support from community members, their family, their friends. They had so many people there to support them.
These students have created a project to be proud of, and PNN can't wait to see how it keeps progressing. To stay updated, you can download the Budget app or follow Budget on Instagram. Reporting for PNN, I'm Nyla Lavoie.
In other budget news, town officials are debating their own financial future, and it's impacting our school. Lily and Maggie take a look at the books and find out more.
Everything costs money. Plymouth Public Schools spent $113 million this year from electricity, transportation, and salaries. With the cost of living and inflation on the rise, next year's budget has been a hot topic for many.
So as you finalize the budget for us, I just want to say we need it. We're struggling.
As you can imagine, this is another challenging budget season.
I think this is a great thing for our town.
Faith and confidence.
Plymouth Public Schools was allocated a budget of $114.3 million for 2024 from the town of Plymouth. This is distributed between many expenses.
There's a lot of things that go into the budget. So first and foremost, I think transportation is a line that is extremely costly in our budget. We allocate about $11 million annually for transportation. Also, a major driver is our current contracts. So we have a level of staff, whether it's teachers, specialists, our support staff, maintenance, you name it. Anyone who works for us, it's really something that drives our budget.
Over the last 6 years, Plymouth teachers have had only a 2% increase in pay each year, leading to a total 12% increase, while inflation has caused the cost of living to rise.
As an entire group of teachers in Plymouth, we've been taking one for the team for 15 years, while teachers in other towns around us are not, and now making more money than us. And I think with the current budget that was passed, it would just be the same old. They're going to ask us to take one for the team, for the town.
There's a long process to create the budget each year. It must be approved by the town and school committee while maintaining operational expenses.
The budget process starts right around the September time period, where there are multiple meetings held with town officials, school department officials to develop the budget parameters. We look at the budget requests, and oftentimes we have to make cuts based upon those requests. And then once we get closer to a more finalized budget, in my situation, I bring the town's budget to the select board. I do a formal budget presentation. I give the select board opportunities to ask questions about our proposed budget. The school department does the same, so the school superintendent submits their budget side to the school committee. They go through a similar process, ask questions. The full budget, which encapsulates the town side and the school side, that full budget, that then is approved by the select board, then they go ahead and advance that budget to the Advisory and Finance Committee. The Advisory and Finance Committee has multiple meetings throughout the course of 3 or 4 weeks, and then they present their budget to town meeting, who has the final vote on whether or not these budgets will be approved.
The school committee approved a district budget of over $118 million for 2025. However, they plan to renegotiate once they meet with the teacher union. This budget makes up 61% of all town spending.
Not that we want to be rich, but we would like to keep up with inflation.
However, with rising costs and decreasing town income, the town and the schools find themselves on two sides of this debate.
Well, I don't see a debate personally. The schools see a debate.
However, there is one thing we can all agree on.
I think that every employee in town deserves a fair and reasonable wage.
The school budget remains a focal point for teachers and community leaders. Although the solution remains unclear, the town and the schools will continue to work together to solve this issue. These seats will be filled on Saturday, April 6th for town meeting. Reporting for PNN, I'm Maggie Kuzman.
Hot take, mo money, mo problems.
Hot take, more money, less problems. But enough about us. Let's hear some of your hot takes.
My hot take is that Twizzlers are disgusting, rancid, buzz cuts. That's it. Well, only on some people. No, I like them. It depends on the head.
Chick-fil-A is overrated. Socks with sandals, socks on the beach, socks while you're sleeping, socks at birthday parties.
Our hot take is that Hydro Flasks are better than Stanleys. My hot take is that I hate when people walk in the hallway with their AirPod Maxes going full blast and their little strut.
I hate when people get jealous of what other people have.
My hottest take is that George Kittle is the greatest tight end of all time.
My hot take is I don't mess with the chocolate milks in the school store.
Ken Carson is better than any other rapper ever.
Kanye West, the top.
My hot take is that I'm the best Plymouth North girls lax goalie in history.
Chipotle over Moe's.
Moe's is trash.
Moe's is better than Chipotle.
Moe's is better than Chipotle.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
And pickles are fire. Stop hating on them.
Our hot take is Taylor Swift is overrated.
Pineapple on pizza.
Agreed.
My hottest take is that the Stanley Cups need to be done. They're so impractical. If they fall over, they spill. I just think that they're so bulky, like there's no need for them. Thank you.
My hot take is that I'm not a fan of the ankle cut Uggs and any platform shoe of that matter.
Hot take, school lunch is not good. Hot take, no homework. Hot take, get me out of school. Hot take, hot take, give me, I should be getting paid to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Gabby and Annalise discuss the American Sign Language program and its practical applications at North.
While everyone is well aware of the two main languages offered at North, Spanish and French, there's another one that is available to all students. ASL, American Sign Language, is an online course that teaches students this nonverbal language.
This class is taught through virtual high school. For one period, students report to the library to do their work independently, monitored by an advisor. Each week, there's new material and strict deadlines are in place to keep students on track. ASL might not be common in North, but it is the third most common used language in the United States.
I know some colleges will accept it as a foreign language requirement, so I'm hoping that if more colleges do that, more students will take it. I think it's a great foreign language option, and I think it could increase that access to the community for those who do use it.
Senior Reagan Hall has progressive hearing loss, yet she took the advantage of the profound opportunity to learn ASL this year.
It was really emotional actually the first time I put my hearing aids in at my audiologist. She played an Adele song for me and I started crying because I didn't really realize how bad my hearing loss was until I could fully hear again.
There's so many different causes, so sometimes kids can be born with it. Sometimes it's a disease that can cause progressive hearing loss. Sometimes it's something as simple as getting sick and having an ear infection.
Maisie Winterberg, also a senior at North, has taken a devoted step to support Reagan.
Being able to take it with my friend who maybe one day might be using it is really great.
From the class, I've learned a lot more about struggles that deaf or hard of hearing people go through and the discrimination that they face day to day. And it's been really interesting learning the language.
With course elections going on this month, talk to your guidance counselor about enrolling in ASL next year. Thank you, Reagan, for sharing your story and raising awareness.
Thanks, Gabby and Annalise. In addition, we are very excited to inform you that the annual Pulsera Project is coming back to North this March.
The Pulsera Project is a tradition among many in Guatemala. Local artisans make bracelets and bags and sell them all over the world. These amazing pieces come from South America, making the journey all the way to Plymouth North. Miss Jenkins Brown went to Guatemala this past summer as North's ambassador.
Pulsera Project is a lot of things. It's a nonprofit organization primarily, and it basically employs and empowers communities and artisans in Central America to set them up for success and self-sufficiency. So it's really important that Pulsera Project is looked at not as necessarily a charity, but more as a social empowerment movement. So the trip was mostly Spanish teachers from across the US that have worked with Pulsera Project in the past, as well as a few of the Pulsera Project founders and board members. And we spent 10 days visiting different communities and organizations across Guatemala that have partnered with the Pulsera Project and that benefit from our funds that we raise.
Desde el año 1983 hasta el presente, llevamos trabajando hasta con la segunda y tercera generación de las mujeres quienes iniciaron esta pequeña organización, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, ahora las mujeres que se unieron desde el inicio, hay algunas que ya fallecieron, pero sus hijas forman parte de la organización.
We are able to help support the artisans and their communities where they're struggling and don't have the financial resources and means that we do here, to provide education opportunities, health care, female empowerment, human rights, awareness, all sorts of important things like that. So we here at North always have the Pulsera Project in March because it aligns with World Language Week. The Pulsera Project organization, you can host a Pulsera sale whenever you want to, and it doesn't have to be teacher run at all. Students who are interested can decide that they want to sell Pulseras in September, and they have totally the opportunity to do that. Just we traditionally like to line it up with World Language Week as kind of a World Language Honor Society initiative.
Thanks for sharing your incredible experience. The school is lucky to have you introduce such a powerful program to the community.
Remember to pick up your Pulseras at lunch during Foreign Language Week, March 18th through the 23rd. It's now time for news and notes. Senior Fest tickets go on sale today for this month only. Election Day is Tuesday, March 5th, so there will be no school. As a reminder, Mean Girls is showing March 15th and 16th. Tickets can be found on the Plymouth North Players Instagram and are eligible for the Pay It Forward program.
Yard signs for seniors are $18 and due March 28th. You can get your forms from Mrs. Wolcott in room 331. Interact Club is holding a benefit show on March 28th to raise money for veterans, with performances from our very own North students. This show will start at 6 p.m. at a $10 general admission fee and a $5 fee for students and veterans. There will be no school on March 29th. Finally, congratulations to girls basketball, boys hockey, and wrestling's Brian Russell, Max Sturdivant, Will Ayers, and Nick Rosette Delafano for moving on to their respective tournaments.
Make sure you're following us on all social medias at pnn.2024. That's all for news and notes in this episode of PNN.
Thanks for watching.
Remember to pick up your
What was Forrest Gump's password?
I don't know that movie, so I feel like I might not.
Can you figure it out? Yeah. I think that's fine. Yeah.
One, Forrest, one.
Get it?
What? But how is Forrest his password?
One, Forrest, and then another one.
Forrest? You're gonna type out Forrest as your password?
Oh, what is that? Who's graphic?
That's actually Guatemala, believe it or not.
Oh, is it actually?
No.
Oh.